8 things you must do 1 year before retirement. Let me apologize ahead of time. It's a little windy out here. Hope there's not too much wind noise coming through there. This topic was inspired by one of my viewers named Samuel. Thank you, Samuel, for bringing this up. Very important topic. Also, a lot of my subscribers are in their 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s. So I think it's a pretty important topic that we talk about. Number one, set your budget. 1 year before retirement, set your retirement budget. As I've talked about in videos before, you can do either top down or bottom up retirement budget method. I prefer bottom up because it's much more detailed. It'll give you every single thing, keep track of everything you spend during the month, average that out over 6 months. That's your bottom up method. The top down method is where you just take how much you've spent over the whole year and kind of average that out. Not nearly as detailed, right? But you need a budget going into retirement. I didn't really have one. I wish I did. It would have helped. Number two, determine your retirement withdrawals before you go into retirement. What I like to follow is called the 4% rule. That was made by Bill Bengen way back in the 90s. I think it's very accurate. That's what I go by. You could go by something totally different. As a lot of other YouTubers have said, they go by the bucket method, which is they space their money out into different buckets. I don't agree with that method, but you could use that. As long as you have a plan to go by, that's what you need before you go in there. Determine your retirement withdrawals, how much you're going to take out per year, if you're going to adjust for inflation or not. Very, very important to know that before you go into retirement. Number three, if there's ever a time to talk to a financial advisor or planner, this would be the time to do it. Again, just make sure, as I've said before, it's a fee-only financial advisor. Don't let them talk you into taking a certain percentage of your annual nest egg. A normal figure might be around 1%. If you get a nest egg of 500,000, what's 1% of that? Add it up over the years. It adds up quick. Do someone that'll do $300-400 for an hour, $500, whatever it is. It's really worth it. If you ever want to go to a financial advisor, even if you've been doing everything on your own, which I mostly did, it wouldn't hurt a year before retirement to make sure all those figures add up, right? That might be even smart to do a couple years before. Number four, understand exactly what your Social Security benefits are going to be before you go into retirement. All these points actually would probably be good to do like 5 years before, but if you haven't tackled them yet, make sure you do this the year before you go into retirement. Know exactly how much Social Security you're going to be getting at 62, if that's when you wanted to do it. 63, 64, all the way up to 70, whatever it is. So you can plan it out. This is exactly how much I'm going to withdraw in the first year of retirement. Are you 65? Do you want to take Social Security then? Have you retired early? Okay, that's even bigger. Social Security won't be for a while, but still, plan out when you want to take it. My plan is to take it when I'm 62. I'm 60 right now. May that change in the near future, depending on if I get other side income coming in. My YouTube channel, I have some other things going on too. I've written some books that I'm going to be self-publishing. I might decide to push that out a little bit. I don't know yet. It's an ongoing thing, but just have a good general idea of how much you're going to get each year for Social Security. Here comes that wind. Can you hear me? Yeah, that was annoying. Sorry. Number five, research where you want to live. If you live in a high cost area, like I did, Los Angeles, probably not the best place to retire in, right? Unless you have a lot of money in the bank. And mostly this channel is for people on moderate income. If any of you are interested in, talking about retirement with that, how to do it, strategies, stuff, think about subscribing, and also like the video if you like it. That would help a lot. And if you really like it, you can buy me a cup of coffee. It's down in the description below. So yeah, research different places to live. It took me 6 months to find this place where I'm at now. Much lower cost of living in the high desert, just out of Los Angeles. Cheaper gas, cheaper food, definitely cheaper property values, or I never would have purchased this place. I couldn't afford it in Los Angeles. So know where you want to live before you retire. Don't try and figure it out once you're retired. You got too much stuff going on. You might think impulsively on that too. You might decide to buy a vacation home, like I've talked about before. One of the worst things you could do, unless you have a large family that's going to be utilizing that. Think about it in the year before you retire, preferably even a couple years before that. Number 6, as I've said before, things are different now. This is the new retirement we're living in. Before you go into retirement, think about part-time, online, part-time work. Never hurts to have more money coming in. Who cares what people say? Oh, you're not really retired. You know what? In my mind, if you retired from a full-time job, you're retired. Bring in that extra income if it helps you sleep better. I know it does for me. Number 7, make sure you have organized all your retirement accounts. Doesn't mean you have to consolidate them all into one. Just have down all the details for each one of them. Where are they? How much do you have in it? How are you diversified in each one? What's your plan? If you're in a workplace 401k, maybe you want to, turn that over into an IRA or something where it's more self-directed. If not, that's okay. Just make sure that you have all the knowledge that you should have about your retirement accounts before you're retired. You don't want to have to go into and go, you know what? I think I need some money this month. How do I go about getting that again? And yeah, where do I have that? Where's that at? No, that's not the way to go about it, guys. It really isn't. Make sure everything, as much as possible, is organized before you pull that trigger on retirement. If you do, stress level goes down. You've got all your quacking ducks quacking in a row. You feel much more calm about what you're doing. Do your research. Get prepared before you go into retirement. Number 8, and this is huge, dare I say huge, for people who are retiring early like I did at 59. Know your healthcare options. Don't just wing it. Know what it is. Medicare for the foreseeable future is at 65. As I said in the video before, one of Biden's presidential promises when he was running, and who knows what that means, was that he was going to ultimately lower the Medicare age to 60. Is that going to happen? Who knows? Could be a promise. There's a lot of other things going on. We'll see. So you've got to research that, guys. You have to research what you're going to do for health care. That's so huge in retirement. If you retire early, plan on how much you are going to need to spend each month for retirement until you hit Medicare age. It adds up quick. And stuff like Cobra, that's expensive. I've gone through Obamacare, and if you can keep your income low, it's actually pretty reasonable. I have no complaints about it at all. So there you go, guys. Those are the 8 things that you must do in the year before you retire. Musts. I didn't have all of these things down the way I should have. Now that I've been retired almost 2 years, I wish I did. It would have saved me some headache. There you go, guys. And remember, as always, from the high desert, the windy high desert, hopefully it wasn't too bad, we got this.